For weeks after Caldwell's fall, the neighborhood felt reborn. Kids played in the streets, neighbors laughed openly, and the fear that once haunted every porch seemed to vanish. For the first time, I thought we were free. But Caldwell was never the kind of man who disappeared quietly. When the city audit forced him to resign, he sold the lie that he was leaving town for good. But the truth was darker. He had lost money, reputation, and power, all the things that defined him. And losing to me in front of the entire community? That humiliation burned him alive. He didn't just come back, he stormed back. His black SUV rolled into the neighborhood like a tank, windows tinted, engine growling. At the next sighting, he wasn't the smug president anymore. He was a man consumed by rage. His once polished suit was wrinkled, his eyes bloodshot, and his jaw clenched so tight, I thought his teeth might break. Caldwell wasn't here to rebuild. He was here for revenge. At first, it was whispers. Secret meetings in his basement, late-night visitors, and neighbors finding letters in their mailboxes again. Only this time, they weren't official. They were threats, disguised as violations. My car was keyed, Mrs. Alvarez's roses were ripped out, and the Lees found a crow nailed to their fence. Caldwell wasn't just trying to scare us, he was trying to break us. At the next HOA meeting, he barged in with a smirk and a petition in hand. "Order," he declared, slamming papers onto the desk. "This community is falling apart without me. It's time for the rightful president to return." Some neighbors shifted uncomfortably. Others, already weary of the tension, seemed ready to cave. Caldwell's poison was spreading again. That night, I realized something chilling. If Caldwell clawed his way back, the neighborhood wouldn't survive. So we built a plan, not just to stop him, but to end him once and for all. Over the next week, we gathered evidence, recordings of his threats, surveillance of his secret meetings, and the ultimate proof, a signed contract he'd forged to siphon HOA funds into his personal account. Every neighbor contributed something, from photos to testimonies. We weren't just fighting, we were uniting. The final showdown came at a special community assembly. Caldwell strutted in, smug and certain, his petition clutched like a weapon. But this time, I wasn't alone. The projector lit up the wall. One by one, the recordings played. His voice threatening neighbors. His signature on falsified fines. His laughter as he bragged about owning fuel. Gasps filled the room. Caldwell's face went pale, his confidence cracking with each revelation. "This isn't leadership," I said, standing tall. "This is extortion. And it ends tonight." The neighbors erupted, shouts, demands, cheers. Caldwell tried to fight back, screaming about lies and fabrications, but the police were already waiting. When the forged contract appeared on the screen, it was over. The officers stepped forward, cuffing him as he thrashed and shouted, his face red with fury, "This isn't over. You'll regret this." But for us, it was over. The neighborhood roared in relief as Caldwell was dragged out, his empire collapsing once and for all. Weeks later, the city formally dissolved the old board and restructured the HOA under new, transparent leadership. For the first time in years, our community felt safe. Real safe. On a quiet Sunday morning, I stood on my porch with a coffee in hand, watching kids ride their bikes and neighbors wave freely. The air was light, the fear gone. We had won. I thought back to that first letter, the fake fine that started it all. It had nearly broken me. But now, it felt like a relic of a war we'd survived. Caldwell was gone. The neighborhood was free. And for the first time since I moved in, I believed it was finally the end.